The strongest people are not those who never get hurt, but those who turn their pain into power. There comes a point in life where you realize that not everyone who enters your life comes with good intentions. Some come to love you, yes, but others come to use, betray, criticize, manipulate, or abandon you when you need them most. And no matter how strong or kind-hearted you are, the truth is, you will get hurt by people. It's part of the human experience. But what defines you isn't the pain they caused, it's the way you choose to respond to it. Handling people who hurt you isn't about being passive, and it's definitely not about becoming cold. It's about learning the difference between reacting emotionally and responding wisely. When someone wounds you, whether it's a friend, a family member, a partner, or a colleague, it can shake your foundation. It can make you question your worth, your judgment, and your future. But this is also the moment where your strength is forged. Pain is not your identity. What they did is not your definition. And holding on to resentment will never lead to healing. It will only keep you chained to what broke you. The real growth happens when you step back, breathe deeply, and decide, I'm not going to let this turn me into someone I'm not. So if you've been hurt, you're not alone. But now it's time to shift. Not to forget what happened, but to take your power back from it. Let's walk through 4 life-changing ways to handle people who hurt you so you can protect your peace, guard your heart, and grow stronger from the pain instead of smaller because of it. Are you ready to rise above it? Don't let their darkness dim your light. There is a quiet kind of heartbreak that no one sees. The kind that comes not from strangers, but from the people we once trusted with our joy. Their words slice like knives, their silence echoes louder than screams. And in those moments, the temptation to withdraw, to silence our own voice, becomes overpowering. But the truth is, you were not created to disappear. You were never meant to fold yourself into invisibility to make others comfortable. You were born with a light, and that light deserves to shine even in the shadows cast by others. People who hurt you often carry wounds they've never faced. And instead of healing, they project their brokenness onto those closest to them. When you understand this, you realize their cruelty is not your reflection, it's a mirror of their internal storm. Their darkness may be loud, it may be suffocating, but it doesn't have to become your atmosphere. You have a choice. You can choose to stay rooted in your light, even when their words try to bury it beneath doubt and fear. Your worth isn't determined by how others treat you. It's defined by how you choose to respond when others forget your value. And in those moments of rejection or betrayal, you are offered a sacred opportunity to rise. When you refuse to mirror their pain, you take back your power. When you remain kind in the face of cruelty, strong in the face of manipulation, you declare to the world that your soul cannot be contaminated by another's poison. Let your light speak louder than their actions. Let your resilience echo louder than their neglect. You are not here to become like them. You are here to become more of who you are. There will be days when it feels impossible. Days when you want to give up, give in, or become small just to avoid the ache. But shrinking doesn't protect you, it suffocates you. Your light is not a blessing. Every time you choose not to retaliate, not to seek revenge, not to dim yourself to match their shadows, you grow. You grow into someone who no longer needs to be understood by those who choose not to see you clearly. Do not let pain convince you that kindness is weakness. It takes extraordinary strength to stay soft in a world that sometimes feels so harsh. The world needs more of that strength. It needs more people who choose compassion even when it's not returned. They may never apologize, they may never change, but that doesn't define you. You get to decide who you are beyond their hurt. And if you hold on to your light, you'll find that it illuminates paths you never imagined. Every wound can either become a wall or a window. Choose the window. Let it show you how far you've come, how deeply you feel, and how bravely you rise. There is no glory in vengeance. There is glory in rising, in forgiving, in loving anyway. That is where your true power lies. Release the pain. Not the lesson, pain has a way of lingering in silence. It settles quietly in the corners of our hearts, whispering lies that we are unworthy, unlovable, or broken beyond repair. But the pain itself is not the enemy. What we do with it is what matters most. When people hurt us, our natural instinct is to hold on to the pain. We replay conversations, dissect actions, and carry invisible burdens that weigh more than the world itself. But healing is not found in holding on. It's found in letting go. Letting go doesn't mean the pain wasn't real. It doesn't mean what they did was okay. It means you've chosen yourself over the memory of their hurt. You've chosen peace over punishment. And that is a decision that can change everything. The weight of unspoken pain becomes unbearable. It leaks into every area of life, our relationships, our self-worth, our dreams. But when you release the pain, you make room for something else. You make room for healing, for joy, for clarity. But don't confuse releasing the pain with forgetting the lesson. Every heartbreak is a teacher. Every betrayal is a mirror. And every wound holds a message about who you are and what you need to protect going forward. The lesson is not in the suffering, it's in your resilience. It's in how you rebuild yourself, how you love yourself harder, how you create boundaries without building walls around your heart. There's a sacred kind of strength in choosing not to let the pain define you. You are allowed to feel it fully, you are allowed to cry, scream, fall apart, but after the storm, you must rise. Because you were never meant to live in the storm, you were meant to survive it. You may carry scars, but scars are reminders that you fought a battle and lived. Scars are not shameful. They are sacred proof of your endurance. Wear them not as symbols of weakness, but of transformation. Holding on to pain is like drinking poison and hoping it heals you. But the antidote is in release. The peace is in acceptance. And the future is waiting for you to loosen your grip on the past. You don't owe your past anything but gratitude. Not because it was kind, but because it taught you what your soul needed to learn to grow into the strength you now hold. When you release the pain, you give yourself permission to evolve. You allow your spirit to rise above bitterness and transform the narrative into one of wisdom and clarity. Letting go doesn't mean you erase the memory. It means you no longer let it shape your worth. You look back, not with anger, but with understanding. You move forward, not with fear, but with courage. Pain is inevitable, but carrying it forever is a choice. And when you choose to set it down, you begin to walk lighter, breathe deeper, and see clearer. Set boundaries, not barriers. Not everyone who enters your life deserves a permanent place in your heart. Some are lessons, some are blessings, and some are both. But the moment you begin to compromise your peace to accommodate someone else's chaos, it's time to pause. Boundaries are not selfish. They are sacred acts of self-respect. They are declarations that your soul is not a dumping ground for someone else's emotional recklessness. And if someone gets offended by your boundary, it's a sign they benefited from your lack of one. Setting boundaries is a way of saying, I love myself enough to protect my energy. It's saying, I've walked through enough darkness to know I deserve the light. And it's not about shutting people out, it's about keeping your inner world safe. There is a difference between kindness and people-pleasing. One empowers you, the other exhausts you. Boundaries are how you love others without abandoning yourself. Some people will test those boundaries. They'll guilt you. They'll manipulate. They'll say you've changed, and that's okay. You are allowed to evolve beyond what no longer serves your peace. When you begin setting boundaries, you'll feel discomfort. You might feel guilty. But growth never comes without pains. And your discomfort is often a sign that you're doing something revolutionary, choosing yourself. To explain your boundaries to everyone. You don't need a permission slip to honor your emotional limits. Your peace is not up for negotiation. Barriers isolate. Boundaries liberate. One is rooted in fear, the other in self-awareness. When you set a boundary, you're not saying, I hate you. You're saying, I love me enough to choose peace. The people meant for you will respect your boundaries. They'll honor them. They'll celebrate them. And those who don't, they were not meant to walk with you into your healing. Don't apologize for needing space. Don't shrink to fit someone else's version of love. The right people will never ask you to choose between them and your well-being. Boundaries teach others how to treat you. They teach you how to reclaim your time, your energy, and your worth. They're not a wall. They're a gate. And you hold the key. As you grow, so will your standards. And that's not pride, it's progress. You are not being difficult. You are becoming deeply intentional about who you let into your life. You are worthy of relationships that pour into you, not drain you. You are worthy of environments that nourish you, not suffocate you. Set the boundary. Honor it. Rebuild your peace. Choose forgiveness, even if they don't deserve it. Forgiveness is one of the hardest choices you will ever make, especially when the pain feels so fresh, when the wound is still bleeding, and when the memory plays on repeat. But forgiveness is not for them. It's a gift you give to your own heart. When someone wounds you deeply, it's easy to cling to the hurt, to wrap yourself in the comfort of rage and wear your resentment like armor. But that armor becomes a cage. And before you know it, you're no longer protecting yourself, you're imprisoning yourself. You forgive not because they deserve peace, but because you do. You deserve to live without the weight of what they did. You deserve to breathe again, laugh again, dream again without their shadow following you. Forgiveness is not forgetting, it is remembering with wisdom, not bitterness. It is choosing to walk forward without dragging the past behind you like a chain. Sometimes you won't get the apology, sometimes they won't change, but your healing does not depend on their remorse side, depends on your release. You are not weak for letting go of the anger. You are powerful beyond words. Because it takes incredible strength to say, you hurt me, but you will not define me. Forgiveness is a process. Some days you'll feel peace, other days the pain will resurface. That's okay. Healing is not linear, but every time you choose peace over punishment, you reclaim a piece of your soul. You are not condoning their behavior. You are simply refusing to let it anchor you in a moment that has already passed. Bitterness rots the soul, it clouds the mind, it steals your present and poisons your future. Forgiveness clears the air so you can breathe in clarity, joy, and purpose again. You forgive to create space in your life for something greater than pain. You forgive because your dreams are too important to be buried under the rubble of resentment. Forgiveness says, I am moving forward. It says, I will not stay stuck in what they did. It says, I choose freedom over fury. You are not your pain. You are not what they did. You are who you become in the wake of that pain. And forgiveness is the bridge between your past and your power. You don't have to wait until it feels good. Forgiveness is not a feeling, it's a decision. A courageous, soul-shaking decision that declares, I am free. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become. There will always be people who misunderstand your heart. People who see your softness as weakness, your silence as surrender, your love as something to exploit. But their inability to see your worth doesn't erase it. It reveals them, not you. You are not here to carry the weight of other people's wounds. You are not here to break every time someone tries to bend you. You are not here to beg for the love you already deserve. You are here to rise. You are here to bloom, even after the storm. Yes, people will hurt you, sometimes intentionally, sometimes blindly. But your power lies in how you respond to that pain. Whether you let it harden your heart or soften your soul. Whether you stay trapped in the memory or walk boldly into your healing. You do not have to let their actions dictate the rhythm of your life. You can protect your light, release your pain, set your boundaries, and choose forgiveness, not because it's easy, but because you are worthy of peace. Every time you refuse to let hurt change who you are, you become a beacon for others who are still drowning in their silence. You become proof that it is possible to be both wounded and whole, both gentle and fierce, both broken and beautifully alive. You are not alone in your pain, but more importantly, you are not powerless in it. There is a deeper, quieter strength within you that awakens in the fire. And even if no one ever sees how hard it's been for you to keep going, you know what it took to get here. You know the battles no one clapped for, and that alone makes you unstoppable. So don't carry the weight of those who tried to break you. Carry the wisdom you've gained from rising. Don't let your heart close off because someone didn't know how to handle it. Let it open even wider. Let it love smarter, not smaller. In the end, the most courageous thing you'll ever do is not to fight the people who hurt you. It's to become someone who is no longer controlled by them, someone who lives freely, loves fully, and walks away from what doesn't serve their soul. Let today be the day you stop waiting for them to fix the damage. Let today be the day you choose to rise anyway, to live anyway, to heal anyway. Because the person you are becoming on the other side of this pain is powerful beyond measure.